Decadence. In the late 50s and early 60s, there was a wave of European films and filmmakers who etched a cinema of despair. They saw that the post-war world was in trouble, wasn't working. They dramatized the death throes of a culture. These artists were responding not only to what lay outside, but to that great hollow space, that cavity inside. They dismissed the easy way out. God. These men had the courage to say that there is no God.
And you agree with them?
What? Where is God? I can't see him. I can't touch him. I can't find him under a microscope. He's the God who never was. Or if he was, he took one look at what he created and what we had done with it, and he puked. He resigned. He abdicated. He went insane in despair. He committed suicide. Or maybe just took a vacation. Where is God? Nowhere.
Can't we find him inside ourselves? Or in those we love?
Love? The only love in our society is our love of death. Pick any symbol of the 20th century. Barbed wire, mushroom clouds, swollen bellies, smog, the handgun, all inextricably linked to death. Decadence. From this alone, all art and thought are born. That's the reality.
That's one reality, perhaps.
There is reality and there is illusion. There is truth and there is wishful thinking. Philosophy must illuminate what is, reflect what is.
Can't it offer nourishment as well?
You want nourishment? Go to McDonald's.
Let me find a better word. Can't it offer a quality of hope, compassion, even redemption, no matter how varied, no matter how small?
I knew it. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a believer in our midst. Am I right?
Yes?
Which atrocity?
I'm a Catholic.
The worst kind.
How do you know?
To quote Huck Finn, I've been there before.
Oh, you're a fallen away Catholic.
No, I'm a born-again non-believer. How often do you go to Mass?
Daily.
What? You're a priest. Oh, forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I have discovered that there ain't no love and there ain't no you.
If what you were saying were true, then the only reasonable alternative would be suicide.
Exactly. And next time, live, here on our stage, what can we call the one truly serious philosophical problem? Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Suicide.
The believer is convinced that God is the loving ground of his being, the deep reality that lives in each one of us, yet who flows beyond us on every side. The believer's conviction is supported by logic and intelligence, but it is radically dependent on faith. He believes in God. He does not see him. As Pascal says, there's enough light for those who want to believe and enough darkness for those who do not. But why would anybody be reluctant to believe in a loving God? Is it because he feels no need for God? Because the believer's arguments leave him unconvinced? Because he's appalled at the hypocrisy of some of those who claim to believe? Is it because he's afraid to go deep within himself for fear of what he'll find there? Or is it because faith is the beginning of a love relationship, and he has found such relationships too demanding in the past? Yes, why do some people have difficulty believing in God?
Come in.
I don't want to bother you.
No bother. I was just working on my book. Here it is. My masterpiece, almost finished.
I never finish anything.
Sounds a little sweeping. Your classwork's improving?
Really?
Really?
Well, nothing else is. My parents and this guy.
Stop. I don't want to hear any more about it.
I'm not I'll decide.
What? You hate them, you love him.
How'd you know?
You're 21.
I may not ever make it to 22.
Emotions, Joy. Beware such emotions.
I can't stop feeling what I'm feeling.
Can't. Strike that. There's no such thing as can't. We're supposed to feel love and pain and make commitments for life like marriage. That's what makes us unique. Bull. A goose picks a mate. They marry for life. Really. Not humans. You don't have to. Besides, we're incapable of it. Your parents, this boy, they'll soon enough be long gone.
No.
Yes. Listen to me. What we do have that does make us unique is our minds. Reason, logic, control. Put them to use.
But how?
Let me help you. We'll put our minds together.
Thank God.
God has nothing to do with it.
You're my only hope.
Reason is.
Nice dinner you missed. Nice cooking for you. Nice cleaning up after you, especially when you're not here.
12.
Oh, I think you've reached your limit, Don Juan.
13. Who has?
Maybe I have. With all the affairs and the playing around.
Just a series of experiments.
Behind the desk or on top of it.
15. Both.
I'm sick of it.
Why? From the beginning, I told you who I was. No secrets, no lies. You don't exactly stay around the house either, do you?
Oh, if I did, I wouldn't have lasted as long as your other two wives.
But don't put yourself in such bad company.
Which? Your ex-wives or you?
Both.
Do you care about anything? Always the cool, clever experimenter.
You're the scientist.
I am a biologist. Bio, as in living, breathing.
I'm living. I'm breathing.
Well, if that's what you call it, it's not enough.
Then what are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for you to get a hernia.
Oh, you'd love that.
Or possibly a heart attack.
Oh, you'd love that.
Well, at least I'm capable of the emotion. Besides, you are the one that believes history repeats itself.
Just because my father died of a heart attack doesn't mean that I'm going to. Besides, how could I? I have no heart.
You sound so proud of it.
Should we end it now? This convenience?
It's not convenient. You're not convenient. You're not even present enough to be convenient.
Should we end it now?
I loved you.
Note the tense.
I still do. And I won't give up. 3 times and you're out, you know.
I try in my own way.
Hey, Dad.
Hi, son. Are you ready to get to work?
Sure, Dad.
Okay. Lie down. Down you go. All right.
I can do, but not too much.
Come on. Strike that. Too much. There's no too much. Come on. 1. Come on. Come on. 2. Come on. 3. 3.
4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. 5, 5, 5.
Come up here.
Who, me?
Yes, you, Miss Perriman. Come on. Now, this man, oh, doesn't smell like a man, doesn't feel like a man, isn't shaped like a man, but she'll just have to do as an illustration that man must learn that he or she is an answer in himself. So, take over.
What am I supposed to do?
Just the same as all of us. Look into the blackness, see it, recognize it, throw off illusion, face reality, be strong, assume responsibility for your own life. Standing, not kneeling or groveling.
But, what?
No more buts. This is what I can teach you. This is how I can help you.
Hello. What I want to.
You can't be saying that she has to be absolutely autonomous in order to survive and grow.
The point is, man has no answers except to recognize that he has none. He must fend for himself. Karl Marx, Bertrand Russell, Sigmund Freud, they all saw it. God is the opium of the masses, the weakling's cop-out, the couch people's daddy dearest.
God isn't an opium, or a cop-out, or a projected father. He or she is a person living inside us. He is an answer to the human yearning for transcendence, yes, but he is also a fulfillment of a spiritual need, but one just as vital as food or sex, and just as real. In fact, God is the realest of the real. Reality inside, reality outside, are ground for all of our experience.
Subjective experience has no business in the classroom. This is university. Here our tools are science and reason.
Are you always rational?
Nobody's perfect, but yes.
Is it rational to use a gun in a university class, even in jest? Isn't that an act that invites unpredictable consequences? Isn't it an act that could apply to a man struggling with what he sees and feels and yet won't recognize? Isn't it an irrational act?
In the unreasonable and lonely silence of the universe, man's only power is his freedom. The freedom to shape and even to take his own life, to control. When man starts using God like candy to sweeten reality, all he winds up with is more cavities. Class dismissed.
You left me up there.
I was just trying to make a point in class. It was nothing.
It was nothing. That's what I get from you. Nothing.
That's good. That's progress.
These are all the same chapter. Practically the same page.
My masterpiece. Starting's easy, finishing isn't. What are you doing?
It's nothing, remember?
Joy.
How did I get
Joy?
such a name as Joy?
None of that. We agreed.
You say that and it sounds good, but I feel. And you touch me and I feel more. Now what is it we are doing?
Nothing.
Well, nothing hurts. Nothing is not enough.
What's happening here?
At least when I was on drugs, I took a little stuff. I didn't have to worry about feeling bad. I felt good.
They won't do anything for
Well,
you.
what will?
Listen to me.
Oh, you know, I tried that. You're so bright, and you don't know anything. And you lie behind all your words and your attitude. You feel. But I can't handle any more starts with no finishes.
What's happening here? No, come on. Put this hand way back up here, all right? Now hold it tight. Now drive, snap. Ah! Oh, gotta be quicker than that.
And Buckley sets, shoots, and he scores. And he wins the faceoff again. He's got the puck. Here he comes down the ice. And he passes over. Here they come across the blue line. And back to Buckley Sr. Whoops. And here they are. And back to Buckley Jr. Toby Buckley sets. He shoots. Up. He breaks his stick. The crowd goes wild. Oh, my goodness. We won. We won.
What? What's the matter?
Do you know a Joy Barrowman?
Why?
She overdosed.
She dead?
She's in a coma. Jeb. What? Oh, my God. What?
You okay, Dad?
What? Is it? What?
Sounds like he's going to be all right.
Yes, if he takes it easy, get some rest.
Can he do that?
I don't know. If he stays out of here,
You must get some rest, too.
I'm strong.
He's strong.
Yes, but not all the way through.
In class, he's a firebrand.
Oh, fires burn out.
Well, not all fires.
You know, he's talked about you.
In class, he chews me up.
Well, he chews me up at home.
Yeah, he can be brilliant.
He can be destructive.
The man's a worthy adversary.
Yes, that's true. But you see, he also needs nurturing, if he'd only allow it. He's built up all these walls of intelligence and beliefs so that I can't get near him. He doesn't want us to touch him. But now, more and more, he's alone, and I don't think he wants to be.
Can I talk to you as a priest?
No.
As a brother, then?
No. I guess.
I think there's a war going on inside you. One you refuse to admit. What you think and what you feel are no longer the same.
Spare me, please. Your beads and your Hosanna insights.
I think you didn't lose your faith. I think you suppressed it. There is a whole rich side of you aching to break free.
Religion isn't freedom. It's dogma. It's a prison, an escape.
There are forces of life in you, as well as of death.
I never believed. Never, 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 never.
He who argues hardest against and hates the most, doesn't he himself, in fact, subscribe?
Stop!
You have an outstanding mind. You have courage. You could do so much good.
What are you suggesting? Confession? Therapy? Don't you think I tried? I spent years in analysis trying to get down. Only I didn't find love. All I found was pain and emptiness. Maybe that's all love is. And I just can't face it again. Besides, I would be going back on everything I've lived by and taught others to live by. What little I do believe in. Reason and freedom and a certain kind of integrity. What would I have left then, Father?
You'd have
Your God, but not myself.
our God. Because you'd be in touch with yourself.
Please, Father. No, you take this. Take the gun. But let's not argue. Let's not debate. We are beyond that, aren't we?
Yes. And that is where faith begins.
No. My mother used to drag me to hospitals, Joy. And then we'd go in to see my father. He lay there after his second heart attack, looking a little like you, Joy. Except he was awake. I'd spent the first 12 years of my life trying to make him smile. Just once. Standing on my head, trying everything. Never. I had to swear to wear a smile on my face till it hurt. Of course, he never did. He died. I loved him. I was just smiling into a vacuum. And I vowed I'd never do that again. You don't believe that, do you, Joy? I just made it up. I don't know why I even came. I will not. I will not give up. Oh, God. Leave me alone. I can't handle your love. It hurts too much. Amen.
Nice dinner you missed.
Where's Toby?
In bed.
I'll see him first thing in the morning.
Famous last words.
Exactly.
Are you going to bother to tell me where you've been?
I was at the hospital. I saw Joy Berriman.
Why?
You're a wonderful mother. You've given me much more than I deserve. And we were happy for a while, weren't we?
Why are you talking like this?
It's nothing. Just tuck it into your heart. I'd tuck it into mine if I had one. Promise?
I do.